Now then guys, just a quick settings video here. I noticed that when I'm watching a lot of these on YouTube, controller settings, graphic settings, etc., the videos are like 20 minutes and it's just ridiculous, so I'm going to try and keep it down, just a couple of minutes, maybe 5 minutes. So the first one I have here, bumper jumper tactical flipped. Personally, I use this because I don't have a scuff or like battle beaver, nothing like that, so I don't have back buttons on my controller. This allows me to jump with L2 and slide with R3, so it makes it a lot easier for me to slide cancel jump shot. Again, if there's anybody out there using the default controller, give it a go. Dead zones, I have them at 0.05. This is the lowest I can possibly go without getting any stick drift. When I'm around 0.04, 0.03, my right analog stick moves a little bit to the right. So we've had to go with 0.05. The max input dead zones, I believe I've left them standard since I've started playing the game. The sensitivity, I've started playing 5.5. I did used to play 6.6, but struggling a little bit with recoil centering, so just knocked it down a little bit. I mean, if you watch the majority of pros, they're between 5 and 7, so I mean, it's a pretty good start. The custom sensitivity per zoom, I normally have that, yeah, all standard, I thought so. What that is if you're aiming down sight and you're struggling with tracking, you know it's a little too fast when you're moving down sight, just knock that down to like 0.9, it'll just slow that down a little bit, make your gun a lot more easier to control. This one, massively important, the aim response curve. If you put that to dynamic, the aim assist when you're locking onto a player is going to feel a lot stickier, so it's definitely worth doing. Controller vibration disabled. I hate the controller like moving in my hand while I'm trying to play. I feel like it throws me off, so I always disable that. The aim assist we're going to leave standard. All these settings here, standard, exactly what they were when I started playing the game. Now the reload use behaviour. If you put that on the contextual tab, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to open doors, pick up weapons a lot faster than other people, which when you're landing, if someone's close, could be the difference between you staying alive or not if you can pick the gun up first, so definitely give that a go. The depleted ammo weapon switch I have enabled. If I'm shooting someone with an AR and it runs out, I like it to switch straight away to my secondary to make sure I can still win that fight. The slide behaviour, I've set that at tap to make it a lot easier to slide cancel, saves me holding in R3, I just have to press it in pretty quick. Auto move forward, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody, make sure it's on disabled. Now I do use ATS auto attack sprint, so as soon as I move my left analog stick forward it sprints. I find it a lot easier to move around the map, slide cancel, etc., break cameras. I find it a lot easier using the ATS. So definitely give that a try. The vehicle camera recenter disabled. If I am in a car and someone's shooting at me and then I position my camera to be aiming at them, if I decide to jump out with the vehicle, I want it to stay there. I want to get the first shot off on the enemy, so definitely disable that. And the parachute auto deploy, definitely disable that. You want to be getting to the ground as fast as possible. I mean, again, that could be the difference between you getting a gun and whoever's next to you, so still trying to cut their parachute. So it's definitely worth being off. The camera movement, least, well, motion blur, weapon motion blur and film grain all on as least, disabled and 0, to make sure that when we are moving around the map it's going to be a lot easier to see people and the screen's not going to be shaking all over the place when you're trying to shoot somebody. The Htr brightness and calibration is going to be dependent on your TV, your monitor, whatever you're deciding to play the game on. The on-demand texture streaming I have disabled because I get large lag spikes and a lot of packet loss while this is on. Interface I have left mainly standard, but what I have changed is the colorblind type to Deuteranopia because I feel like it's a lot easier to see things and the colours are a little more vibrant. Minimap shape, definitely switch from round to square, you're going to be able to see more. I mean, if there was a ping on the top left of that circle there, you're not going to see it compared to you would if you had the square one. Everything else in here I believe is standard, apart from on my in-game alert icons I turn off. If there's latency, packet burst, etc., I don't really care. I don't want to see it on my screen, so I just disable that. Audio, this is definitely a one to try over boost high and boost low, is midnight mode. There's a lot of unnecessary noise in Warzone, for example, precision airstrikes, cluster strikes, like anything flying overhead is very, very loud and it's hard to hear footsteps. So the midnight mode sort of just calms that down a little bit, makes it a lot easier to isolate footsteps or a floor creaking if someone's crouch walking, that kind of thing. So definitely give that a try. I turn my music volume all the way down, everything else is up, especially dialogue. I want to hear if somebody's flying in above me. And when the operator gives the comm, you know, someone approaching. Hit marker, I prefer the Modern Warfare game's personal preference. You're going to make sure mono audio is disabled. We want to have directional audio, so definitely make sure that's disabled. And that is everything. So if there's anything in there that you want to ask a question of, please just leave a comment. I reply to every single comment in the video. If you've got a funny comment, the most entertaining one always gets pinned. So thank you again for watching. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.